I'm Captain Fred Bobbitt from Fremont Police Department. Last night, Fremont Patrol officers were involved in an officer-involved shooting. These are the initial details of our investigation. On April 18, 2019, at 10:49 p.m., a uniformed Fremont police officer was driving to the police station. He was in a fully marked police vehicle driving southbound on Civic Center Drive from Mowry Avenue. As the officer drove south past the intersection of Washington West and Washington Hospital ER driveways, a lone male suspect emerged on foot from the east side of Civic Center Drive, extended his arm, and pointed a handgun at the passing officer. The suspect fired his gun directly at the officer's vehicle, striking it on the driver's side at least once. The officer realized he was being fired upon and made an immediate U-turn just south of the intersection. The officer drove back towards the area of the gunfire. As the officer was turning his vehicle around, the suspect ran west across Civic Center Drive and crouched behind a large planter on the west side of Civic Center Drive at the intersection of the driveways. The officer stopped his vehicle just south of the intersection in the northbound lanes of Civic Center Drive, deployed his service rifle, and fired at the suspect, who went down to the ground. At the same time, two more uniformed Fremont police officers were operating as a double unit in a fully marked police vehicle and were driving in the area of Civic Center Drive and Mowry Avenue. They heard radio traffic of shots fired and immediately responded to the area of the intersection of Civic Center Drive and Washington Hospital ER, Washington West driveways. The second and third officers positioned their patrol vehicle in the intersection, and both saw the suspect laying on the ground, waving his arms. Both officers could plainly see the suspect's gun on the ground near him. Officers repeatedly ordered the suspect to raise his hands and to not reach for his gun, but the suspect ignored their commands. The suspect suddenly raised up off the ground, crawled towards the gun, picked it up, and pointed it at the officers. Officers returned fire from their service weapons at the suspect, striking him. The suspect fell back to the ground with his arms and hands beneath his torso. Officers could see the suspect continue to move and disregarded their continued commands to show his hands. Additional officers responded to the scene, including a Fremont Police K-9 unit. The K-9 was deployed and assisted in securing the suspect. Officers took the suspect into custody, and a handgun was recovered from beneath the suspect's torso. Medical aid was immediately provided to the suspect. This incident began at 10:50 p.m. with shots fired by the suspect. He was pronounced deceased 17 minutes later. No Fremont police personnel were injured in this incident. No bystanders were involved in this incident or suffered any injuries. This investigation is in its preliminary stages. Our next update will be in approximately 48 to 72 hours. A full press conference with additional details will follow in the near future. Thank you.